Hi there, and welcome to my third mind map. This one explores classical conditioning, a type of learning through association. It occurs when two stimuli are repeatedly paired so that a response originally caused by one becomes triggered by the other. We'll look at this through the classic example of Pavlov's dog. The mind map is split into 4 colored-coded sections, each showing a different part of the learning process. Starting on the left, in the blue column, we have the core sequence. Step 1 shows the unconditioned stimulus, UCS, dog food, which naturally causes salivation, called the unconditioned response, UCR. These are automatic behaviors that don't require learning. In step 2, we add the neutral stimulus, NS, the bell. At first, it causes no response, but when paired repeatedly with the food, the dog learns to associate them. Eventually, the bell becomes a conditioned stimulus, CS, and in step 3, it triggers salivation on its own. This learnt behavior is called the conditioned response, CR. Now look at the green column, which outlines the phases of learning. You will see the blue dotted lines from the blue column also show a link to the associated learning phases. First is the acquisition phase, where learning builds over time through repetition. The 2 hours label and clock icon show this process doesn't happen instantly. If the bell is later used without the food, the response fades. This is called extinction. But if the response suddenly returns after a break, that's spontaneous recovery, shown through the lightning bolt icon. At the bottom is the higher order conditioning, where a new stimulus is linked to the bell rather than directly to the food, showing how learning can extend to new triggers. Next, the yellow column focuses on stimulus relationships. Stimulus generalization is when similar stimuli, like slightly different bell tones, still cause the same response. In contrast, stimulus discrimination is when the dog learns to respond only to the specific tone it was trained with. For example, 1000 frequency tone, but not for 900 frequency tone. Finally, the pink column shows an influencing factor, latent inhibition. This means that if the bell had been heard many times before without food, learning the association later would be slower. To wrap up, this mind map breaks classical conditioning into its core sequence, learning phases, stimulus effects, and what influences the process. Thanks for listening. I hope it's helped you better understand how classical conditioning works through Pavlov's experiment. Goodbye.